on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force. Yeah. Blessing the reap and we coursing on full. Oh, we not rise on board. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all coming like one. But thank God for the journey, the earnings, the test to the plus. Yeah. Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings fall on our right hand. What's a toast to the friends that take off the big road one time? Sit down in a class and we pour them. Only see the road and we go on with the road.
Looking for ways to improve your health? Look no further. Visit www.shayreneeonline, where we provide healing beyond the prescription pad. We have hand-blended teas and herbs that are going to provide you with ultimate immune health, cold-pressed juices, as well as sea moss gels that are going to provide you with your daily vitamins and nutrients in just 2 tablespoons. Shop www.shayrenee.net and receive free shipping on all orders over $75. Don't wait, because a healthy life is ahead. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shay Renee, and we are back for our second episode of Who Said That?, where we talk about the comments that you guys have made in my most popular videos. And this week, that video happens to be Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 6, Episode 18. So, as you all know, and I said this at the end of my last video, I'm excited that the channel is growing, but I know in the beginning, I created this segment because, number one, if you watch my first video that I did where I talked about this, one of my subscribers, Sexy Over 60, gave me the idea to do this. So I said, you know what, this is a great idea, and I want to make sure that I have a way to highlight everything that you all are saying, because as the channel is growing, it's so much harder for me to put everybody's comment on the screen. So this is a way for me to highlight some of those gems that you guys are putting in that live chat. So let's get started. So, July Leo Babe says, when you Google who owns Skull Industries, y'all, my bad, Nashville, Tennessee, only Marceau's name is listed as owner. Tisha is probably on loan docs. Their Secretary of State Certificate of Good Standings inactive. Wow. So this is kind of one of those things where Tisha and Marceau continue to act like they're over there just really, really doing the daggone thing in business, but you really out here lying and looking like a fraud. Sheila Jackson says, Miss Nell runs a daycare, and that's how she was talking to those fools. See, Nell was definitely, Manicure Nell was definitely talking to them like they were children, because that's exactly how they needed to be talked to. Like, they are, like, Marceau is the worst person to have a conversation with, period. Because he sits down and thinks that he's a know-it-all, and he thinks that everybody is just soaking in all of his BS. And he tries to make everything he says sound so profound, and is really profoundly full of BS. Tennessee girl says, tried to be shady and got her face cracked. Child. Tisha definitely sat at that table trying to shade Miss Nell. And this is, I think she's referencing when she was trying to shade Miss Nell and Chris Fletcher about the whole cheating situation. They were like, listen, we've gone through infidelity. If you need some pointers, we're here to help you out. Like, we're not going to shade you. We've gone through it. If you want to talk about it, great. But Tisha wasn't bringing it up because she really wanted help. She knows that they've had infidelity. So she was trying to throw Chris Fletcher under the bus. And I'm like, girl, you was just sitting in the truck last season with Marceau talking about his back, okay? And he done used Chris Fletcher as a daggone alibi. So, girl, please and thank you, hush your trap, okay? Moving on, Miami Gardens now says, also, if you're in a disadvantaged area too. I don't remember what that was about. Tiffany also brought up the fact that Tisha was only a boss on paper, only while using the women-owned, minority-owned. I guess that's when we were talking about how Tisha is 85% owner of the business. And okay, I think that was what Miami Gardens was saying when she was saying also if you're in a disadvantaged area, you can get those benefits. And it's okay to get benefits of getting grants and things like that to, go towards your business and help you to grow. But if you're not getting those grants and getting those projects and actually doing what you're supposed to do, then you shouldn't be in the position to get that stuff. You should let that go to the people that are actually going to do the work. Because it seems like Marceau and Tisha continue to get themselves allegedly in positions where they're getting sued because you're doing all the things to get the projects, but you're not exactly completing them. And if you are trying to complete them, you're not completing them correctly. So with that being said, those grants are created for people that are actually going to do the work and provide good business to the community, which we all know what y'all provide to the community, and that's a bunch of BS, okay? Moving on, Tia P says, good point. I forgot about that. Instead of being upset with her husband, she was being shady with the Fletchers. That's where we were talking more about that whole situation where Tisha had went up to Black in her truck that she trying to get replaced, child, because she done asked for another car, and asked Marceau about the back photo. And he's up there thinking of a lie. And Chris Fletcher definitely posted that TikTok that gave the timestamp saying that he was not with Mr. Marceau Motormouth lying all the time, Scott. Okay. So, yeah, I think Tisha was a little bit mad about that. But my thing is, I've always said this. Let the man cheat in peace if you are not going to do nothing about it. That's all I say. Like, don't waste our time as viewers with us watching you confront this man and you're not going to do anything. You're not going to leave him. You're not going anywhere. So stop even asking him about these photos because, frankly, you're wasting your time and, more importantly, ours having to watch it. All right, now, Alf MC says Tisha was expecting Stormy to pair up with her as her ally in front of the group. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Tisha wanted Stormy to be her mouthpiece because she knows that Stormy don't take no crap. Like, Stormy, it's weird. It's like she's a gangster crybaby. She's on the internet, you know, crying about everybody is talking trash about her and this, that, and the third. But then in these scenes with the lady, she wants to act like a bona fide gangster. I don't know what Stormy is like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But whatever person that shows up to any meeting, Tisha wanted that person to be on her side in Stormy's body. So, Tisha, do your own dirty work because for years we've seen you use Marceau and your mama. And now that your mama ain't filming no more and Marceau really don't give a good John Brown about anything that you're doing, it's time for you to stand up for yourself and stop looking for other people to always pacify you and rub your back, okay? Alf MC says, y'all take 2.5 seconds and like this video, and y'all go ahead and do that right now. It's like coming in the video and turning the lights on, okay? So yeah, y'all like the video if you haven't already. Alf MC says, no, I get Miss Muffin's Miss Muffin's point of view with regards to not being a part of the Expo, considering Tisha verbally told her during the girls' B-Day that was unprofessional. Yeah, like, listen, first of all, calling Miss Manicured Nail Miss Muffins is damn funny. Yeah, I get it. You know, now that I've read y'all comments, I was of that stance of, listen, if you want to come to something that's an open forum, just show up. I can't stand, and I stand on that though. I can't stand when people want individual invitations to stuff, because it's like, girl, just come on. You know we ain't cool like that. Like, I don't talk to you every day. So it's like, come on. But I can see where the Scotts were definitely being shady by not inviting the Fletchers in the first daggone place. And the point that I'm making rolls right into the next comments where July Leo Babe says, don't tell me about an event and then don't invite me to that event. No harm, no foul. July Leo Babe also says, exactly, Alf MC. And Alf MC says, July Leo Babe, honey, Pinky and the Brain didn't want the Fletchers or the Whitlows to show them up at the Expo, okay? Upstage them at the Expo. First of all, I agree. I feel like the Scotts are they are grasping for whatever straw they have left to not have to really tell what's really going on with them. And as, you know, avid watchers of the show, we can tell that y'all lives have drastically changed and not for the better. You know, we've seen them consistently go downhill every season. Nothing has improved for them. And they're trying to make us think that things have improved. And where is Gino? Okay, y'all in a different office. It looked like y'all in a different house all the time. Like y'all got to get it together, because it's just really looking like y'all don't have it together at all. And you trying to portray that y'all are this wealthy couple and y'all are doing big things in construction. But it seems like the only thing that y'all really need to be working on building is y'all relationship and putting y'all life back together. But y'all don't seem to be doing no work on that. But moving on. We have Justine Marie that says Mel shouldn't have got mad at what they said, because their opinion really don't matter when they got tons of lawsuits. Ooh. And agree. All right. Chrissy Renee says, at this point, Mel taking jabs is long past due. If she takes the high road, everyone says she's fake. If she takes jabs, she's shady. I'm just glad Mel don't give a F anymore. And you know what? I agree. I think that Mel, for so many seasons, has sat back and said nothing. And I think that she truly last season was just like, y'all are not going to ride my back anymore. Like, I am not going to carry this show. Everybody want to have a problem with Mel. Everybody want to come for Mel. I'm going to make y'all work for y'all checks. But what you're not going to do is talk trash about me and think that I'm not going to address you. And I love how she went directly to Marceau and addressed him, instead of him trying to use Tisha to create this continuous rivalry, between her and Tisha and Mel, so that he doesn't have to address what's really going on in their lives. So now that's another way for them to dodge their real story, the Scotts. And speaking of the Scotts, where is Kimmy and Maurice's story? Because that has yet to be appealing. But moving on, Alf MC says, but good point, Justine Marie and Christy Renee. Alf MC says, I didn't say that it was Miss Ann. I was just saying that, okay, y'all talking to each other again. July Leo Babe says, like Chris Rock said in his stand-up, bigger and blacker, the money is in the medicine, not in the cure. And I think we talked about that in the video where medicine, we were talking about Kiki and how her husband was over there frying some daggone chicken honey and telling her what she need to do with her medications. You know, I watched the unseen clip from that scene with Kiki and her husband, and my heart goes out to Kiki. There's something not right with her. And I really think that Kiki needs to look holistically and look within herself and be willing to figure out what's going on. And being willing to figure out what's going on means to be willing to detox your body completely of any medications, any bad foods, any processed things. And that takes true discipline to be able to do that. And I don't know if Kiki is quite ready to be that disciplined, to be honest. And I'll even further add that I don't believe that being on a TV show right now is actually going to help her. I think that, and this is just me making an assumption, Kiki may believe that her being on TV is what's going to help to keep her accountable to her sobriety. But in my opinion, I'm not sure if she's necessarily sober. I think that medications they take their own control over your body. And just because the doctors deem it less hurtful to you than the previous medication that you were taking, your body takes on its own appeal with every single medication that you put in. So who's to say that this isn't giving you negative effects as well and causing you to become addicted to that, to try to find some relief? All in all, they need to figure out what's causing her pain so that she can figure out a natural way to get through it. And we pray that Kiki finds the relief that she's looking for in a positive manner. Moving on. Someone says Miss Ann says there are a lot of mythical rumors surrounding this show. Child, listen. Yeah, everybody always bringing up their own pretty much scenario of what they think is going to go on. And listen, I do it all the time in my commentary. I think that's a part of enjoying the show. I think that's a part of, providing your opinion and your take on what's happening. And I think that's a part of our investment in the characters that are on this show, or not necessarily characters because they're not supposed to be acting, but with the talent that is on this show. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We all going to come up with our own conspiracies, just like I did with the Miss Carol thing, which somebody said I didn't owe that and Miss Carol. Interesting, Miss Ann says in PS 076. I had brought up in my video that I believe that Melody brought up the Miss Carol situation with at the tea because she's going to bring out that revenge piece situation to make it known. And also, I believe she's taking Marital to court for that, since he's not going to get away with that. And as she should. So I hope that she finds justice with this, and she needs to force the issue of them dealing with that, because Marital, along with Marceau and Maurice, shouldn't continue to be able to be given a platform to disrespect women the way that they do and have it glorified. So kudos to her for finding an angle. If my theory is true, finding an angle to bring up the Miss Carol situation, because Carson was sitting there and letting Marceau know in that conversation, I know what you did. I know y'all try to put Carson on this show because she knows about this whole situation with Gator Mouth. And y'all thought you had me. You thought this was a way to embarrass me. And you thought this was a way to try to bring precedence to the fact that they sat up there and, apparently from that original Straight No Chaser, aka originally Straight Be Lying video, they Gator Mouth talked about actually recording a scene for the show, and she was recording with Maurice and Marceau. So I feel like that was done just to kind of shut her up, but who knows? They probably thought that this was really going to get aired. So I think that Carson, the whole fake scene with Gator Mouth, or the scene that was filmed but never aired, I think that was a whole sequence of events for the Scotts to try to embarrass Mel, which is funny that y'all keep trying to do all these things to embarrass her or make her look bad, but y'all don't never want to talk about the stuff that y'all doing. And y'all always want to air everybody else out, but y'all are the most dishonest people on this show. Why are y'all still here? Moving on. And it's pretty much a consensus that y'all are okay with Mel being an a-hole. July Leo Babe says, let her be an a-hole. It's definitely time she gives them what they have been giving her. Miami Garden now says Mel is probably getting her tea from watching the vloggers. I do think that Mel watches some of our channels. I wonder if she watches my channel sometimes, but a lot of times I think with a lot of those reality TV stars, they only look at the larger channels, which I think probably proves to be a little bit of a disadvantage to them, because I can see the thought process where larger channels probably garner more attention. But sometimes the smaller channels are the ones that really dive deeper into what's going on. So it'd be good to know if they have like their share of favorites that are smaller channels too versus just the larger ones. Just a thought on my end. But kudos to the large channels. No shade or no hate there. But you know, even myself as a viewer, I like to watch a variety of people just to kind of get different perspectives. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of the smaller channels actually are a little more interesting in some cases. But moving on. July Leo Babe says, let her, Miami is probably getting to her tea. Alf MC says, my point of view about the brain paying for Snatch is based on the fact that he probably is stealing funds from Pinky as 85% owner of their empire. You know what? I don't know if they can necessarily steal money from each other, because I'm pretty sure the money is going to both of them. And it's a pretty good consensus that both of them are just mismanaging whatever funds they getting at this point, in my opinion. Lady Leo says, hey, Miss Ann. Alf MC says, gotcha, Miss Ann. There was no disrespect or disregard, in my opinion. Tia P says, Mel didn't sponsor Tisha. I know from a very reliable source. Mel isn't the only AKA Tisha knows. Now, y'all know I'm going to stay out of that Greek Divine Nine business, child, because I don't know, because I ain't in it. I don't know nothing about that. But however Tisha got in, she is in there like swimwear, okay? And congratulations to her. I hope she is active and paying her dues. Moving on. Miami Gardens now says they were staying in that townhouse in season 1. Yeah, I think we're talking about the townhouse that Mel and Marital were actually renting to the Scotts. So it's really interesting to me how they don't ever want to give them accolades, and not even that you need to kiss their tail, but you want to try to shade them every second that you get. But they really helped y'all out. Like, y'all are playing around. They let y'all rent a townhouse from them. And they gave you a car and gave you a skill set to start a business that obviously y'all are not doing the work to keep afloat. But that's on y'all. You can give a person child, how do you say it? Something to fish. You can give a fish to cook or something like that. But if you teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a long time. And I believe that Mel and Marital are the epitome of teaching the Scots how to fish. But they must be using the wrong bait nowadays, child. But moving on. Miami Gardens now says, if I were someone who wanted to use him as a brand ambassador, that one comment would turn me off from using him. Yeah, with Marceau complaining about e-commerce and talking about he don't respect e-commerce. Yeah, that's probably why. And somebody said something about the chocolate in a bottle, and I think it's right here. Tennessee Girl says, yep, they've burned too many bridges. And Lady Leo says, July Leo, babe. I think so, too, because that's why what he did with chocolate in a bottle. The company stopped it because of the Zen $5.5 million suit. Didn't want that bad image for the company. OK, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know. This is everything in all of these individual people's opinions. This is not the opinion of shayreneeonline. I'm just reading the comments. But if indeed that is true, allegedly, I can see that. Like, why would I want you to be selling my product and you don't even believe in the process to get it to the end user? You got it on the table every 5 minutes at every meeting, but you don't even believe in the process to get it to the customer. So I think that was just a lame way for him to dive deeper into his BS. And he don't want to back down on him being wrong about trying to come for Mel with his little jabs. And he probably pissed that she peeped game and pointed out, oh, you do e-commerce too. Don't you think you're slick? I know that. So why are you trying me right now? You gonna come for me for doing the same exact thing that you're doing? Are you just mad because I'm doing it well and you're not? Please believe I'm pretty sure Mel has sold way more in skincare products and t-shirts by themselves than he has in chocolate in a bottle in the last 6 months, period. Moving on. July Leo Babe says Tisha is already a single parent. Remember when he said those are Tisha's kids? Miss Ann says, God bless y'all that hang out in those Facebook groups. Child, Lord, we need the blessings because, Lord, it's a mess. Mishi Love says, what is there to envy about Tisha's life? And Justine Marie says, them Facebook groups are definitely slow and delusional, just like Marital and Coleslaw. Now, July Leo Babe says Tisha's already a single parent. I agree. I really feel like Tisha is holding on to this marriage for whatever reason. And, you know, she's afraid to be alone to raise the children. But if that's your biggest reason, you know, in my opinion, you're already doing it. You're already doing it. Like, what is Marceau there to provide Tisha besides a headache? And another thing, Tisha is very childish, too. So I feel like, I don't know what was missing in her relationship with her father, maybe, but it's a lot going on that Tisha need to go on back to them sessions with Dr. Francis and figure out, because Marceau definitely don't have the answers. And being in this marriage with him is definitely not helping her to grow at all. People that hang in Facebook groups, child. As a content creator, that's why I go there, because sometimes some family members of the cast will, you know, post some things because they, you know, some of the cast members are in some of those Facebook groups. But yeah, you are absolutely right, Justine Marie. A lot of those people are definitely delusional. And I've come to the conclusion that people are going to see whatever they want to see. And I'm just going to be okay and let them live in their foolishness, child. So moving on, Simply Beautiful says, it's crazy how they have an issue with what Melody said. But this last episode, Marceau took a jab at the Holtz being divorced when he said, where are they now? First of all, you right, Simply, because they on the verge of being divorced they daggone selves, allegedly, in my opinion. Y'all not living together. It's very clear. that you're not in that house with Tisha, in that apartment with Tisha. Like, where is Marceau staying? Because he can't stay in that house with no door. You can't do that. And you're not over there building that house by yourself. I don't know whose construction site you decided to go rent and pretend like you was doing some work on. Can we see a finished project? Maybe the only finished project we gonna see is your marriage. Because that's about to be over from how y'all acting. Moving on, LaSherry Herndon says, hey, Shay, Renee, and everyone. Hey, what up? Lady Leo says, Marceau is all talk and does not know about a lot of things. That deposition he had speaks volumes. All that gaslighting and word salad never meant a thing. Now he can't remember a damn thing, okay? Listen, Marceau can do all that talking in public with other people, but that ain't gonna work in no court of law, because those people are actually really smart. They're actually paid to be that way. They have to know the law and uphold it. Now, do they do that all the time? In my opinion, no. Are they the smartest people in the room? In my opinion, no. But they definitely know more than that dummy. Okay, that dolphin tooth idiot. He gets on my nerves, child. Moving on. Simply Beautiful says, I'm talking about Mel. She's a straight no chaser group. Plus, we knew she had Tisha blocked when Carlos was trying to go live with them, and only Mel's internet was working. Tisha couldn't join. Oh my God, I would have loved to see that. Oh my gosh. The joy of seeing Tisha try to join I wonder if Tisha knew that she was blocked at that time, because she probably was over there like, I don't know why I can't get on. And if I was Mel, I'd have been over there laughing my tail off. That's hilarious. Mishi Love says, at Lady Leo, I saw a clip of old video Mel had recorded at one of the comeback group meetings, and Marceau was chatting so much shit that that's when I figured out that his business was complete BS. Yeah, he's a lot of talk and no value. Like, seriously. It's like every time he comes on the scene, I'm just waiting for him to be quiet and for us to go on to the next scene, because I know that he's not going to say nothing that's entertaining. And everybody feels like Carlos keeps calling him a force multiplier right on with Mel, talking about that scene of them being two force multipliers. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm good on that. I don't need to see Marceau at all. we can get rid of him, because at this point he's just annoying. So moving on. PS 076 says, didn't he graduate in administration and business? Child, like I said in the video, it's a lot of people walking around with degrees and ain't got nothing going on up top in the brain. Okay, they just barely getting by. Okay, July Leo Babe says, okay, I'm taking it. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. That's good. Yeah, take away. Y'all, listen, I always be saying stuff and it just comes off the top of my head. So go right on ahead. Take whatever you need. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to come up with something else. July Leo Babe from the deposition. Marceau thinks this is a game. Judges do not like sarcastic, ignorant comments in their courtroom. Absolutely not. He continues to think that smart aleck stuff is going to work for him, and it's not. It's definitely not going to work for him. And he's going to be sitting in there wasting those people's time, and he's going to walk out of there having to pay a hefty fine. That's exactly what's going to happen, because they're going to make him pay for wasting their time and coming in that courtroom thinking he know every damn thing. And I'm pretty sure, I hope Maurice ain't his damn lawyer, because that ain't going to be a good look for him. I Love 6665 says, the Scotts said to the Fletchers they would invite them. I don't think they were trying to be grand or special. No, I don't think they were either. I think we talked about that in the beginning of the video. I don't think that they wanted to be grand or special. I get it. You know, if you're inviting somebody to do something, follow through with it. Especially, you know, like Chris, Manicure Nails said, Marceau had talked to Chris the day before. You want to use Chris as an alibi, but you're not going to invite him to the event formally or to be present in the event, especially you know that they're going to be on the show with y'all and have more of a presence. I just feel like the Scotts don't want the Fletchers to outshine them, especially if this show is based around business and y'all don't have no business about yourself. So are y'all afraid that the Fletchers are going to be more interesting than you? That's what it sounds like to me. Moving on, y'all. Concrete Rose 0219 US says, Shay Renee, I just love your commentary. You tell the whole truth. Keep up the good work, sis. Thank you so, so much. Like, I posted this because y'all don't understand how much it means to me when I get those comments from y'all. Like, I really, really appreciate knowing that you like the content, you like where it's going. And you know that we can just have a real honest conversation with one another. I really genuinely am expressing my real thoughts, how I feel. I really try to not watch other people's videos before I do my own video so that everything that I'm saying is from my own internal thought process. I do love to support other content creators, but it allows me to give a more genuine review when I am able to just talk to y'all, express myself, and it feels good that you guys actually are accepting and receptive of what I have to say. So I appreciate it. Miss Stormy Love says, thanks for clearing up the Maurice acting like a woman statement. Kimmy tried to confront Maurice about laughing Marceau insulting Melody business. Black men need to confront each other about negative behavior towards women. Yeah, and you know what? I was really pissed off that Kimmy sat there and laughed with Maurice. And I'm like, Maurice, you got a big attitude when she told you that he said that you didn't give him the $100. You seemed real out of whack and upset over that. But then you clearly found some humor in him saying that Mel sells t-shirts. What are you doing to bring a coin into the house? That's what I want to understand. Like, we don't ever see you calling anybody to fix their credit, nothing. Now, maybe that's obvious because you're dealing with a lot of people's personal information, but you don't have parties celebrating how many people y'all have fixed their credit. Like, is it a scam? Are you successful? Y'all, like, let's be very clear. They see Mel being successful. Y'all are just a bunch of haters. And it's just really, I feel like the word hater is a very overused word. But it just fits so well into the vernacular of these people. Like, they are just all haters. And I'm just sick and tired of it, honestly. Next comment, Miss B 4996. Hey. Did you do another? Wait a minute. Is this my friend, Miss B? Did you do another profile? We're going to have to check this out because I don't remember it being 4996. But okay, we're going to look at it. Marceau got Tisha thinking they gonna keep the show going as King and Queen of the Mountain after Mel bounces this season. Okay, you funny like Miss B. This the right page. But ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Child, and ain't and not. Okay? Like, listen. I think that everybody is on this thought process of trying to replace Mel. Everybody trying to do whatever they can to be just as interesting, to keep the show going so they can keep a check, which I totally understand that and I get it. But at the same time, it's like, why are y'all doing all this to try to replace Mel? Just be entertaining in your own right and live your own life and stop being, fake. And y'all will be just fine. You ain't got to worry about Mel. I mean, that's just my thought process anyway. And last comment, but certainly not least. Now, I get this a lot where you guys, first of all, I love the fact that y'all love my intro song. I love it so much, too, that I wanted to provide an extended version of it because it's like I be listening to my own intro and be like still jamming. So, but I know some of y'all don't like long intros, but just bear with me because it's cute or whatever. And it's a good way for me to advertise my products. But I have several of you here asking what the song is. And the song is called Coffee by a group called Toast. I believe I'm doing it in the inverse. Actually, it's the artist is Coffee and the song is called Toast. Okay. This is actually a remix that I have on here. It's remixed so that I can play it on YouTube so there's no copyright infringement on it. But the original song sounds really good too. So anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching and thank y'all for participating in my Who Said That episode 2. And we're going to do this for my highest rated videos. Whatever video has the most views on it for the week if it's any of the other shows I have, whatever, we'll do the comments from that. So continue to comment in the live, continue to comment in my chat, because I am reading your comments and I'm going to highlight you in my Who Said That segment. So thank y'all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anybody else that's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.